Minister Malcolm Noonan.
Lascancórla are built natural and architectural and cultural heritage, an intrinsic part to who we are. They provided our lifeline during COVID, and this government has invested like never before, the greatest investment in the history of the state. We've had another record year budget. It underscores our commitment. Our core heritage funding has increased to almost €18 million to a total of €172 million, an 11.5% increase on 2024, and this includes €90 million capital, 82 in current. In terms of the National Parks and Wildlife Service, 2 years ago when I met the Children and Young People's Assembly on Biodiversity Loss down in Killarney, I promised them that this government would do all it could in its power to protect nature. We have done that. Core funding for the National Parks and Wildlife Service has increased by €15.7 million to a total of €78 million, up over 5% on 2024. And this includes a €5.4 million for our national parks, our nature reserves, up €29 million since 2024. And this will enable us to protect, to enhance and to restore nature and create new ones and create new national parks where we can. We've already done that with Brunaboyna and with the Park Náisiúnta. It also includes an increase of €6.5 million for science and research, nature protection, up €23 million, up 40% on 2024. And this will enable us, Lascancórla, to conserve more species, more habitats in the wider countryside and meet our legal obligations under the Birds and Habitats Directive. It will further support our ongoing work to do really fantastic work in terms of wildlife crime. We're making significant progress in relation to that, and plan for the implementation of the Nature Restoration Law, again, which this government has led on. In terms of water quality, we have increased funding for the implementation of the Water Action Plan, and increased that funding by €4.5 million, up almost 40 million, up 13% on 2024. And again, this will enable us to invest in water protection, in restoring our rivers and free-flowing rivers and removing barriers, and again to work with the farmers and other state bodies and local authorities. In terms of built and heritage and monuments, support for the Built Heritage and National Monument Service has increased by €1.65 million to €27.5 million. And again, this enables us to support even more communities across the country to conserve the local and built heritage through the really fantastic grant schemes, Built Heritage Investment Scheme, Historic Structures Fund and the Community Monuments Fund. Over 3,000 projects that have been supported under these schemes to date. In terms of the Heritage Council, we have funding increased there by €2.2 million to €18.8 million, again to support their incredible work, raising public awareness through Heritage Week and all of the Biodiversity Officer Programme and the Heritage Officer Programme. So as we look ahead, we've seen a €100 million increase in core funding for heritage over the lifetime of government. In total, if we look at from 2020, we started with 70 million, now over 170 million. And in terms of we're heading towards a very significant increase in 2025. Finally, just in terms of electoral reform, the Electoral Commission is doing its work on Commission Tóchán, and again, government has continued to support that. In conclusion, I want to thank all of my team in terms of the heritage side, and we look at over the progress over 5 budgets. That trajectory needs to continue into the next government.
Minister Allen Dillon.